The Sister Wives universe just got flipped completely upside down, and nobody saw this coming. While fans were bracing themselves for what they thought would be the final curtain call of season 20, Mykelti Brown dropped an absolute bombshell that sent shockwaves through the entire fan base. During a casual Patreon session, she casually mentioned that Sister Wives season 21 is not only confirmed, but is actively filming right this very second. Let that sink in for a moment. The cameras are rolling, the drama is unfolding, and TLC kept this massive secret locked down tighter than Kody's relationship with most of his children. Brown Woolley later confirmed the news during a podcast appearance, but here's where things get absolutely fascinating. Why would TLC and the Brown family keep season 21 under wraps when they usually promote new seasons months in advance? Rumor has it the network wanted to see how the explosive season 20 revelations would land with audiences before committing to a massive promotional campaign. But sources close to the production whisper something far more intriguing. The drama currently unfolding is so intense, so raw, so utterly unprecedented that TLC allegedly wanted to capture the family's genuine reactions without the pressure of public scrutiny influencing their behavior. Think about the timing here. Season 20 has already exposed Kody and Robyn's crumbling marriage, Maddie's explosive accusations against Robyn, Mykelti's heartbreaking revelations about conditional love, and Christine's emotional journey watching her children flee to North Carolina. The family is more fractured than ever before. Kody's relationships with his adult children are hanging by threads so thin they're practically invisible. Robyn appears increasingly uncomfortable in her own marriage, and the three ex-wives are living their absolute best lives without their former shared husband dragging them down. So what could season 21 possibly capture that would justify another full season? Industry insiders suggest the answer is everything. The complete and total dissolution of what remains of the Brown family plural marriage experiment. The potential collapse of Kody and Robyn's relationship. The continued estrangement between Kody and the majority of his 18 children. And perhaps most intriguingly, the possibility of watching Robyn finally crack under the pressure of being the only wife left standing while simultaneously losing the man she supposedly fought so hard to keep. The buzz in reality television circles is that TLC sees pure gold in the Brown family's ongoing implosion. While most reality shows lose steam after major cast departures, Sister Wives has somehow become more compelling as it documents the aftermath of plural marriage rather than the practice itself. The network reportedly believes audiences are more invested now than ever because we're watching real consequences unfold in real time. And if the cameras are capturing what fans suspect they're capturing, season 21 might just be the most explosive season yet. But that was just the beginning of the chaos currently tearing this family apart. If you thought Kody and Robyn were living some fairy tale romance as the last couple standing, think again. The cracks in their relationship have become full-blown canyons, and the whole world is watching it crumble in real time. During their recent move to a brand new $2.1 million home in Flagstaff, Kody made a confession that sent fans into an absolute frenzy. He admitted on camera that he and Robyn have become battle buddies, not lovers. Battle buddies. Let those words marinate for a second. This is supposed to be the wife he chose above all others, the woman he allegedly favored so heavily that it destroyed 3 other marriages. And now he's describing their relationship like they're soldiers in a trench together rather than romantic partners. But wait, because it gets so much worse. In what might be the most cringe-worthy moment in Sister Wives history, Kody attempted to seduce Robyn using his body odor. Yes, you read that correctly, body odor. He literally leaned in close to his wife and asked, "Do you like that, like the way I smell?" While Robyn awkwardly described his scent as very strong. The clip went viral instantly, with fans absolutely losing their minds over the uncomfortable exchange. Robyn's face said everything her words didn't. She looked trapped, uncomfortable, and frankly repulsed by her husband's bizarre attempt at romance. The rejection that followed was equally painful to watch. Robyn explained that she's uncomfortable with public displays of affection because of their former plural marriage rules. But sources close to the family whisper a different story. Word on the street suggests Robyn's discomfort has nothing to do with old rules and everything to do with her rapidly diminishing attraction to Kody. Now that she doesn't have to compete with Sister Wives for his attention, the reality of being his only focus has apparently lost its appeal entirely. Kody's frustration with the situation spilled out in a desperate confession that revealed just how one-sided their physical relationship has become. He told cameras, "I want to be walking down the street with her someday and have her just slap my ass. That's when I know that she's comfortable." The desperation in his voice was palpable. Here's a man who destroyed 3 marriages to be with this one woman, and now he's begging for basic physical affection that she clearly has no interest in giving him. Reddit communities erupted with theories about about what's really happening behind closed doors. The most popular speculation suggests that Cody and Robyn are trapped in a marriage neither one wants anymore, but divorce would mean splitting assets and exposing financial secrets that could ruin them both. Fans noted that with each excessive, over-the-top display of affection from Cody, Robyn appears to retreat further into herself. Her body language screams discomfort, her words sound rehearsed and hollow, and her eyes tell a story of a woman who got exactly what she wanted only to discover it was never what she needed. And the family drama spiraling around them was about to get even more explosive. On October 10th, 2025, Maddie Brush decided she was done playing nice. Janelle's daughter went absolutely nuclear on Instagram stories, and what she exposed sent shockwaves through the entire Sister Wives community. Maddie didn't just throw shade. She didn't post cryptic quotes or vague references. She went full scorched earth, calling Robyn Brown a liar and exposing family manipulation that allegedly goes back years. The posts disappeared after 24 hours like all Instagram stories do, but the damage was already done. Screenshots spread like wildfire across Reddit, Facebook groups, and fan pages faster than anyone could contain them. While the specific details of every single post weren't fully captured before they vanished, insiders claim Maddie accused Cody and Robyn of lying about various family matters that painted them in a better light than they deserved. She reportedly stated flat out that she has no relationship with her father Cody anymore. Zero. None. And she made it crystal clear that this wasn't some temporary disagreement or misunderstanding. This was a permanent severing of ties between father and daughter, and she wanted the world to know exactly why. The timing of Maddie's explosion is particularly telling. It came right in the middle of season 20 airing when Cody was busy playing the victim on national television and claiming his children abandoned him for no reason. Sources close to Maddie suggest she reached her breaking point watching her father lie on camera about the state of their relationship. Watching him twist narratives to make himself look like the wronged party, when he allegedly spent years manipulating his children and playing favorites with Robyn's kids over his own biological children with other wives. Behind closed doors, people are saying that Maddie has been holding on to years of resentment about how Cody treated her mother Janelle compared to how he treated Robyn, about how Robyn's children received brand new cars and college funds while Janelle's kids were expected to figure things out on their own, about how Cody would cancel plans with Janelle's children at the last minute if Robyn needed something, but heaven forbid Robyn's kids ever got disappointed. The favoritism was so blatant, so consistent, and so damaging that it permanently destroyed any chance of a healthy father-daughter relationship. Reddit users who follow Maddie closely noted that this wasn't a spontaneous emotional outburst. This felt calculated, deliberate, like she'd been planning exactly what to say and exactly when to say it for maximum impact. And the fact that she specifically called Robyn a liar rather than just venting about family drama suggests there are concrete examples of deception that Maddie knows about and may eventually expose in more detail. Palace insiders whisper that Maddie has receipts, text messages, financial documents, proof of things Cody and Robyn have denied that could blow their carefully crafted victim narrative to absolute pieces. But Maddie wasn't the only Brown child ready to expose uncomfortable family truths to the world. Just when fans thought the family revelations couldn't get any more heartbreaking, Mykelti Brown dropped a bombshell that left even her own mother, Christine, absolutely stunned into silence. During a Patreon question and answer session on October 22nd with Christine and her new husband, David Woolley, Mykelti revealed something so painful, so deeply personal, that it perfectly encapsulated everything wrong with Cody's approach to fatherhood. She exposed how Cody made his children earn his love through conditional affection, treating parental love like a reward to be won rather than a birthright to be given freely. Mykelti explained it plainly, her voice carrying years of accumulated hurt. The older we got, it was conditional up to how much we respect him and were willing to fork over what we want for him. Read that again. Cody's love for his own children depended entirely on how much they submitted to his authority and prioritized his needs over their own. This wasn't parenting. This was manipulation wrapped in the disguise of traditional family values. And the example Mykelti gave next made Christine's jaw physically drop. The Claddagh ring tradition was supposed to be special. Cody gave these Irish rings to his daughters as symbols of love and commitment, precious keepsakes that represented their bond. Mykelti's sisters all received theirs as gifts from their father, but Mykelti, Cody never bought her one. Instead, he repeatedly told her, "You have to wait, you have to behave, and you have to earn it." He dangled that ring like a carrot in front of a starving horse, constantly moving the goalposts on what behavior would finally make her worthy of receiving it. So eventually, Mykelti gave up waiting for her father to deem her good enough. She went out and bought herself the ring that he refused to give her. Christine's reaction spoke volumes. She had no idea her own daughter had been carrying this pain for years, and Christine never knew the full extent of how Kody weaponized his affection against his children. The shock on her face revealed that even after leaving Kody and exposing so much dysfunction, there were still layers of manipulation she hadn't fully understood. This wasn't just a forgotten gift or an oversight, this was deliberate emotional abuse disguised as teaching a lesson. According to reports surfacing from family friends, this conditional love pattern extended far beyond just Mykelti. Multiple Brown children allegedly experienced similar treatment where Kody's affection became transactional. If they questioned his authority, he withdrew. If they sided with their mothers during conflicts, he punished them with distance. If they didn't treat Robyn and her children with what he deemed appropriate deference, suddenly Dad was too busy to spend time with them. The message was clear and brutal. Love me on my terms, or don't expect my love at all. And while Kody's children were processing years of conditional affection and emotional manipulation, another family crisis was quietly brewing that would fracture things even further. Something extraordinary is happening that's reshaping the entire Brown family dynamic, and it's leaving Christine emotionally gutted. Multiple Brown children are packing up their lives and relocating to North Carolina, and the reason why reveals everything about who these kids actually want to be near. Spoiler alert, it's definitely not their father. Janelle Brown settled in North Carolina, and now her children and grandchildren are following her there like she's the true matriarch of this fractured family. And honestly, can anyone blame them? Peyton Brown recently made the move to North Carolina specifically to be closer to Janelle and his niece Maddie following the devastating death of his best friend Garrison. The loss of Garrison hit the family like an earthquake, and in the aftermath, Peyton chose to surround himself with the people who actually showed up for him during the darkest moment of his life. That person was Janelle, not Kody. The message couldn't be clearer. When crisis strikes, these adult children know exactly which parent will be there with open arms and which one will be too consumed with his own drama to provide real support. But Peyton wasn't the only one making the North Carolina move. Mykelti and her entire family also relocated to be near Janelle, creating what's essentially becoming a Brown family compound without Kody or Robyn anywhere in sight. The irony is almost poetic. Kody spent years trying to build his plural family utopia on Coyote Pass, dragging his wives and children to Flagstaff for a dream that never materialized. Meanwhile, his children are building their own version of family community, and they deliberately chose to build it as far away from him as geographically possible. Christine's reaction to this mass exodus revealed just how painful the situation has become for her. During a recent episode, she admitted feeling jealous and nearly wanting to slap Janelle when she joked about having all the grandkids in her state. Christine confessed with raw emotion, "There was a time when most of my kids were right next to me. Then I married David and we had this wonderful experience together. Now half of my kids are gone." The pain in her voice was unmistakable. She's happy. She's thriving in her new marriage. But watching her children choose to live near Janelle instead of staying close to her cuts deeper than she expected. What makes this situation even more complex is that Christine isn't angry at her children for choosing North Carolina. She understands their reasoning. She knows Janelle provides a stable, drama-free environment where they can heal from years of dysfunction. But understanding something intellectually doesn't make it hurt any less emotionally. Sources close to Christine suggest she wrestles with guilt about moving forward with her own life and happiness, while simultaneously watching her children create distance. She wants them close, but she also wants them happy, and apparently those two things can't coexist right now. Meanwhile, while entire branches of the Brown family tree were replanting themselves across the country, another drama was unfolding that had Reddit absolutely losing its collective mind. Robyn and Kody's daughter Aurora, 23 years old, reached a major relationship milestone when she introduced her boyfriend Brody Utley on the October 26th episode. The couple celebrated their one-year anniversary back in September 2025, so this relationship is clearly serious. But what should have been a sweet, normal moment of a young woman introducing her partner to the cameras turned into something far more uncomfortable thanks to Kody's bizarre approach to the situation. And honestly, the awkwardness that followed had fans cringing so hard they could barely watch. Kody decided this was the perfect opportunity to deliver a lecture about chastity that absolutely nobody asked for. He sat down with Brody and dropped this gem of wisdom. When you're dating, you're kissing another man's wife until she's your wife. Let that sentence hang in the air for a moment. The possessive, ownership-based language. The implication that Aurora belongs to some future husband rather than to herself. The complete lack of awareness about how creepy and controlling this sounds to modern audiences. Brody sat there looking increasingly uncomfortable while Kody continued his outdated sermon about purity and respect, completely oblivious to how his daughter's boyfriend was internally screaming for an exit. But the drama surrounding Aurora and Brody didn't stop with Kody's cringe-worthy dating advice. Reddit communities erupted into absolute chaos when Brody posted photos on social media of Aurora holding an AR-15 rifle. Fans immediately started speculating wildly about Kody's alleged gun business and whether there were financial secrets the family was hiding. The theories ranged from reasonable to absolutely bonkers, with some users suggesting Kody was running an underground firearms operation, and others claiming this proved the family had conservative political connections they'd been hiding from liberal viewers. Brody had apparently had enough of the speculation and clapped back hard at the Reddit investigators. He clarified publicly that the gun was his, legally registered under his name, and used exclusively for hunting. He shut down the conspiracy theories with receipts and documentation, making it clear that fans were reading way too much into a simple hunting photo, but the damage to his privacy was already done. Welcome to dating a Brown family member, where every single social media post gets dissected by thousands of internet strangers looking for scandal. What makes this whole situation particularly interesting is the stark contrast between how Kody treats Aurora versus how he treated his other daughters when they started dating. According to reports from family insiders, Kody was far less involved and far less protective when his daughters from other marriages introduced boyfriends. He didn't sit them down for lectures about kissing other men's wives. He didn't hover around their relationships with the same intensity. The favoritism extended beyond just material things like cars and college funds. It infected every aspect of how he showed up as a father, and Aurora's boyfriend introduction just highlighted that double standard in the most glaring way possible. But while Aurora was navigating new love under her father's suffocating attention, another massive family transaction was finally reaching its long overdue conclusion. After years of fighting, negotiations, and bitter disputes, the Coyote Pass property saga finally reached its conclusion in April 2025. The land that was supposed to represent Kody's grand vision of a unified plural family compound, the property that caused countless arguments and financial strain, was officially sold. And the sale didn't just close a chapter on real estate drama. It closed the door permanently on two marriages that had been dead for years but legally lingered like ghosts haunting the family's present. Janelle and Meri each walked away from the sale with approximately $340,000. That's life-changing money for both women who'd spent years financially entangled with a man who clearly prioritized Robyn's needs over theirs. But more valuable than the money itself was what that check represented: freedom, independence, the ability to finally sever the last major tie binding them to Kody and move forward with their lives completely unencumbered by his control or manipulation. Janelle's reaction to the sale was absolutely savage and perfectly captured her no-nonsense personality. She quipped that it was nice to say, "See ya later, I never want to see you again, goodbye." No tears, no lingering sentimentality about what could have been, just pure relief at cutting ties with a man who'd taken her for granted for decades. Sources close to Janelle suggest she celebrated that sale like other people celebrate lottery wins because to her that's exactly what it was. Winning back her autonomy after years of being treated like the wife who didn't matter as much as Robyn. But perhaps the most damning revelation to come out of the Coyote Pass sale wasn't about the money or the property itself. It was Kody's stunning admission about what really destroyed his other marriages. He confessed on camera that Robyn's lavish home created jealousy that helped destroy his relationships with his other wives. Read that again slowly. He acknowledged that the blatant favoritism he showed Robyn, the financial resources he poured into her mansion while his other wives struggled, directly contributed to the collapse of his plural marriage. Yet even with that awareness, he still chose Robyn every single time. According to reports surfacing from financial experts who've analyzed the family's situation, the Coyote Pass property was bleeding the family dry with property taxes and maintenance costs while sitting empty and undeveloped. Kody's dream of building separate homes for each wife on that land died the moment Christine left, and holding on to it afterward was pure stubbornness rather than sound financial planning. The sale was inevitable, but Kody reportedly fought it tooth and nail because admitting defeat on Coyote Pass meant admitting his entire plural marriage experiment had failed spectacularly. The most poetic justice in all of this? The money from that sale is now funding Janelle and Meri's independent lives away from Kody, essentially using his failed dream to finance their successful escapes. Meanwhile, Kody and Robyn are stuck in their $2.1 million house, trapped in a loveless marriage that's deteriorating more visibly with each passing episode. And speaking of moving on, Meri was already several steps ahead with her own plans for life after Kody. While Kody was busy lamenting the loss of his plural marriage empire, Meri Brown was out there living her absolute best life and leaving her spiritual ex-husband in the dust. She's been actively dating, putting herself back on the market with an enthusiasm that suggests she's making up for lost time. Meri appeared on dating apps, attended speed dating events, and according to insider reports, she's been meeting potential romantic partners left and right. At one speed dating event, she connected with a man named Ron, and rumor has it, things got interesting enough that fans are desperately waiting to see if this connection develops into something more substantial. What makes Meri's dating renaissance so delicious is the timing. She spent years begging Kody to love her, to see her, to give their marriage even a fraction of the attention he lavished on Robyn. She humiliated herself on national television, trying to win back a man who made it abundantly clear he had zero interest in being her husband. And now, she's exploring multiple romantic connections simultaneously, meeting men who actually want to spend time with her, and basically showing Kody exactly what he threw away. The glow-up is real, and it's spectacular. But Meri isn't just focusing on her romantic life, she's also preparing for battle in an upcoming episode that has fans absolutely buzzing with anticipation. According to reports, Meri gets what producers are calling bitch lessons from her best friend Jen Sullivan. The purpose? To help Meri stand up to Kody during the Coyote Pass negotiations. After years of Kody walking all over her, dismissing her feelings, and treating her like she didn't matter, Meri is apparently done being the doormat. She's learning how to advocate for herself, how to demand what she's owed, and how to refuse to back down when Kody tries his usual manipulation tactics. Sources close to the production suggest this particular episode is going to be absolutely explosive. Jen Sullivan reportedly doesn't hold back during these coaching sessions, essentially deprogramming years of Kody's emotional abuse and rebuilding Meri's confidence from the ground up. The lessons allegedly cover everything from maintaining firm boundaries to calling out gaslighting in real time to refusing to accept blame for things that weren't her fault. Fans are already preparing their popcorn because watching Meri finally stand up to Kody with newfound confidence and support is the redemption arc everyone has been waiting for. What's particularly interesting about Meri's journey is how differently she's handling her post-Kody life compared to Christine and Janelle. Christine found love again quickly with David Woolley and seems content in domestic bliss. Janelle is focusing on her children and grandchildren while enjoying her independence. But Meri, she's out here dating multiple people, taking bitch lessons, negotiating like a boss, and essentially announcing to the world that she's not just moving on from Kody, she's thriving without him in ways she never could have, while spiritually married to a man who never truly wanted her. Meanwhile, on Reddit, an entirely different conversation was exploding with theories about what's really keeping Kody and Robyn together despite their obvious misery. The Sister Wives subreddit communities have been working overtime, and the theories they're generating are absolutely wild, yet somehow completely plausible. The most popular speculation currently dominating Reddit discussions centers on one terrifying question that apparently keeps Kody awake at night. What if Robyn divorces him and takes half of everything? And according to thousands of fans dissecting every episode and social media post, this fear might be the only thing actually holding their crumbling marriage together at this point. Here's where the theory gets really interesting. Robyn allegedly knows all their financial secrets. Every business deal, every hidden asset, every tax strategy, every penny that comes in, and every dollar that goes out. She's been Kody's partner in managing the family finances for years, which means she has access to information that could absolutely destroy him if it ever went public or got presented in a divorce proceeding. Reddit users point out that this gives Robyn unprecedented power in their relationship, and Kody knows it. He can't risk her leaving because she could take him to the cleaners financially and potentially expose financial dealings that might not look great under legal scrutiny. But the theories don't stop there. Fans on multiple Sister Wives discussion boards have noted something fascinating about Robyn's behavior in recent episodes. Her body language screams trapped. Her forced smiles look increasingly painful. Her responses to Kody's affection seem rehearsed and hollow, like she's performing a role she's grown to resent. According to reports from people claiming inside knowledge, Robyn allegedly lost attraction to Kody the moment she no longer had to compete with Sister Wives for his attention. The thrill of being the favorite wife evaporated once she became the only wife, and now she's stuck in a marriage with a man she apparently doesn't even want anymore. Some Reddit investigators have taken things even further, analyzing the family's spending patterns patterns, property purchases, and business ventures to build theories about potential financial crisis looming on the horizon. One particularly detailed post broke down how much the family likely spent on the Coyote Pass property, Robyn's mansion, legal fees from multiple divorces, and ongoing living expenses for a family with 18 children. The math doesn't look good. Sources speculate that Kody and Robyn might be facing serious financial pressure, which would make divorce even more complicated and potentially catastrophic for both of them. The online speculation has become so detailed and so pervasive that fans have essentially created an entire alternate narrative about what's really happening behind the scenes. Palace insiders whisper that some of these Reddit theories hit closer to truth than the family would ever publicly admit. The speculation about financial entanglement keeping them together despite mutual unhappiness resonates because it explains so much about their bizarre dynamic. Why Kody seems desperate for Robyn's affection. Why Robyn looks increasingly miserable despite supposedly winning the competition for Kody's love. Why neither of them just walks away from a marriage that clearly isn't working. But beyond all the speculation and theories, one question looms larger than all the others as cameras continue rolling on season 21. So let's connect all these explosive threads and talk about what season 21 filming right now actually means for the Brown family's future. Because this isn't just another season of a reality show documenting plural marriage dynamics. This is cameras capturing the complete disintegration of a family in real time, and the implications are staggering. TLC is betting big that audiences want to watch every uncomfortable moment as this entire family structure collapses, and based on current viewer engagement, that bet is paying off spectacularly. Think about what the cameras are potentially capturing right this very second. Kody and Robyn's marriage deteriorating further with each awkward interaction. More Brown children potentially going public with stories about conditional love and favoritism. The continued estrangement between Kody and the majority of his 18 children becoming more permanent and more painful. Meri's dating life blossoming while Kody watches his former wife thrive without him. Janelle building her North Carolina family compound that deliberately excludes the man she spent decades married to. Christine living in domestic bliss with David while Kody stews in resentment. Every single one of these storylines is television gold. But here's what makes season 21 potentially different from every season that came before it. There's nowhere left to go but complete dissolution. The plural marriage is over. 3 wives have left. The children are choosing sides, and the vast majority are choosing anyone but Kody. The financial strain is real and growing. And the one marriage Kody sacrificed everything to preserve appears to be imploding from the inside out. Sources close to the production whisper that season 21 might document the final collapse of Kody and Robyn's relationship, which would be the ultimate conclusion to this entire saga. The speculation in Hollywood circles is that TLC sees Sister Wives as a long-term investment that gets more valuable as the family drama intensifies. While most reality shows peak early and fade, Sister Wives has somehow become more compelling in its later seasons precisely because we're watching real consequences play out. The network reportedly believes they can milk this franchise for multiple additional seasons, potentially following individual family members into their own spin-offs. Imagine a show just about Christine and David's blended family, or Janelle and her children building their North Carolina life, or even Meri's dating adventures post-Kody. The possibilities are endless. But the biggest question that season 21 will ultimately answer is this: can any relationship in this family survive the continued exposure and pressure of reality television cameras? Or will the act of documenting their dysfunction actually accelerate the destruction of whatever connections remain? Only time will tell, but one thing is absolutely certain. The Brown family as we once knew it is gone forever, and what rises from the ashes of Kody's failed plural marriage experiment will define the legacy of Sister Wives for years to come. So what do you think happens next? Will Kody and Robyn stay together despite their obvious misery, or is divorce inevitable? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like button, subscribe for more Sister Wives tea, and stay tuned because the next video is waiting and you will not believe what is coming next.